routine is for the scalene group. And for those of you that don't know how to locate the scalenes, there's an anterior, middle, and a posterior scalene, anterior, medial, and posterior, and they go down to the first and second rib. So they're also involved in elevating your first rib for breathing. So this will be a treatment for paradoxial breathing, as well as going to be for forward head posture. And it's also going to be for cervical acceleration and deceleration, aka whiplash. So when you're doing or utilizing this technique, it's very important to pay attention to your landmarks, your brachial plexus, your subclavian artery. You also have to worry about the foraminal gutters. The foraminal gutters are the tiny little aspects on the outside by the transverse processes as you're doing your work. All right, so if you can't locate the scalenes, you can ask your client to sniff in deeply and hard, and they should pop up. Go ahead, do that. Okay, good. That's one. Do it again. And you can see them pop up. Relax. All right, and if you don't need to, that's only in case you don't know how to locate the scalenes. But if you do, go for what you know, and if you don't, have them do the sniff treatment. All right, so when you're dealing with these guys, you want to make sure not to poke them also in the trachea. But again, very, very simple. Go lateral to the SCM. So here's her SCMs. So I'm going to go lateral to the SCM, and I'm going to friction the anterior portion around C3. So I'm going to be up under SCM. Here's her SCM. Okay, and on this side, this is her SCM. So I'm going to go under the SCM, or anterior to C3, and I'm going to friction. I'm going to move a little bit more lateral, and I'm going to move to C2, so I'm going up just a little higher, and I'm going to friction on C2. Okay? I'm going to manipulate and compress and move into the anterior portion, right by the anterior portion of the trapezius, and friction that most posterior aspect. Then I'm going to come back and I'm going to strum. Just strum off the transverse processes. So this transverse processes are going spinous, transverse, going to be behind the actual SCM itself. Friction the anterior portion of C3. Move laterally to the anterior portion of C2. And then I'm going to strum and friction all the bellies of the physical scalenes. Okay? So again, you don't want to choke them. You just want to find your landmarks, lateral to the SCM, friction C3, C2, manipulate, compress, and move to the anterior trap, and bring that all the way out. Remember, scalenes are going there. Shut up.